Hey there nation, welcome to the show where we help you to play miniatures wargaming on a budget. It is I, Commander CheapSkate, and we are back with another episode of A Glutton for Punishment. These are a series of videos that is dedicated to the painting as well as building of our studio's Ogre Kingdom Army. And I have to admit, it's been a while since we actually did this video series again. I got a little sidetracked with some other projects that I was working on for our channel. So I really haven't got a chance to actually add to the Ogre Kingdoms Army, so it's been a while. I do apologize for that. But I have now added up enough miniatures to this army to actually make it a full 2,500 points right now. So we're going to talk about exactly what this army is made up of. We're talking about exactly what our design concept was for this army when we actually put it together and the painting of it. And we'll be talking about the new units that we've had. So let's get that started. So first of all, you guys are very familiar with our unit of Stankum's Legion. This is our unit of Iron Guts. You guys have seen these guys before. It's an army of unit of 9 Iron Guts. You guys have seen our General as well as our Slaughtermaster and Bruiser. We talked about those guys in quite some length. We talked about our unit of Ogre Bulls. These guys are the Red Rovers. You guys have seen a lot of work with those guys. And you guys have seen half of the Powder Gangers, which is now 8 Ogres instead of 4. We'll talk about the ones we added there in a second. And of course, you guys have seen the Beastclaw Raiders that we use for our Mordheim Cavalry. You guys have seen those guys as of late as well. The new additions that we put on this army are actually 4 more Powder Gangers. We painted 4 more of those guys to add to that unit to round out to 8. And the latest acquisition that we've had are these 2 Iron Blasters over here in the back. We have painted those guys up as well and have included them in this army. So we're talking about those guys as well. So with that being said, let's get this video on a roll. And the first group we'll talk about is our Powder Gangers. Alright, so first of all, let's talk about the Powder Gangers first. So originally we actually had 4 Powder Gangers that we originally had in this unit, but we have since of course built upon that. We put 4 more Powder Gangers in this group, and 4 more Lead Belchers anyways, to make this a full unit of 8 guys. And the guys that we've done that with are this one, this one, this one, as well as this one are the brand new additions that we put for this unit. Is actually what we ended up doing for those. And so let's go and talk a little bit about those. So originally when we showed the Powder Gangers, let's go and take a close up to this one real quick. Oh, dropped it. Let's try this again. So the latest sauce that we looked at the Powder Gangers, we went with a kind of like a pied motif a little bit with their clothing. As you can see, we went for a kind of like a blue leg and as well as a yellow leg. And the reason why we went with this dual color for their trousers represents the fact that these guys might have served some time with the Empire. If you guys saw our videos about how we built up our Empire army for the Schwarzwald Free Companies, you know we used a lot of bright, bold colors for those guys as well. So we want to make it look like that these Powder Gangers actually spent some time with the Empire. That's where they got their cannons from, or that's where they got the idea for the regimental colors. So we kept up that design for the rest of them. We have 2 that have a 1 red leg as well as 1 yellow leg to represent that we have that. So that's this guy here. And we have another 2 that have a yellow as well as a green. Let me see if I can zoom in for that one real quick. There you go. So you can see that we actually have that as well. And of course we alternate the color on their cannons. Of course we use bronze as well as steel colors in order to make it look like they're carrying different types of cannons throughout. The accent color we use for these guys, we kind of kept the same motif going throughout, which is this light blue color. So we did that for all the wrappings and the cording as well as the length of rope that they have on them as well. And of course we did exactly the same quick paint method that we always use with these guys as well. We've shown those actually in other videos, where we actually paint and then dry brush, and then we put an oil wash using Minwax poly shade acrylic. We use the Mission Oak color in order to get that taken care of. So as you can see, we're really happy with the way that these guys came out. They look really awesome and grimy at the same time. Now, if you're wondering why their weapons are not as rusted looking, and a lot of Ogre Kingdom armies like to make their ogres look really rusted. I never really got into that look for my Ogre Kingdoms. I decided these guys could be a little bit more disciplined in maintaining the weapons and stuff. So, you know, they're dirty and grimy, but they don't have rust because weapons are important. So these are the 4 additional Powder Gangers that we've added to our Lead Belchers. And finally, the last 2 units we're going to talk about are our 2 Iron Blasters. These are the 2 cannons that we actually have for this army. One is called the Hammer of the Gods, which is this one here. This one here on the right hand side, this is the Hammer of the Gods. As you can see, we went kind of like a bluish gray color for the Rhinox that was pulling it. We went with a light gray color for the Mournfang because we wanted these creatures to look like they kind of blended in with the snowy environments of the mountains. So we went with more of like a kind of like a grayish bluish color for the Rhinox to make it look like it blended in pretty well as well. And of course this one you can also kind of tell too because the guy's trousers are yellow you know, kind of like a lime and green, yellow, kind of with some turquoise accents for all the cording and stuff. We did that to kind of make these guys stand out a little bit. And this one over here, this is the Anvil of Hell. We did exactly the same color scheme with that one. We have the Rhinox with a kind of a grayish blue color. We have turquoise cording, as well as a lot more accents on this guy as well. Now, the nice thing about the kit that came with this was for the scrap launcher, as well as the Iron Blaster kit is what they were called. So you can make both of those. But the nice thing about that box set, though, is all the accessories that came with it. For example, like these armor platings here on the giant tusk, these center tusks that we have here. Like that one is kind of like a spotted, kind of like a studded metal plating. Well, this one over here on the side has like spikes and stuff. So we did that in order to add some variety. I've added all the accessories for the posts, like the we have the cannonballs as well as the gunpowder on the other side. Same thing with the tusk with the high elf helmet as well as the empire helmet. Whereas this guy we kept a little bit more streamlined, not putting up any of those extra accessories on this one. And as you can see, even the cannons are reversed, so we kind of reversed the stacking on the cannons. So as you can see there, that way they got a little bit more diversity. And the nice thing about these too is that the Rhinoxes are also different as well. So you have one here that has like no armor plating on his tusks, while this one does as well. So end up looking really, really cool together. And that's how we can kind of tell them apart. So this is the Anvil of Hell, as well as the Hammer of the Gods, which are the two latest additions that we have for Army. Alright, you guys, so there you have it. That's going to conclude this episode of A Glutton for Punishment. We are now at a full 2,500 points for this army. Basically, we have just 2 more units to go before we're completely done with this army at 3,000 points. We have another unit of 5 ogres we got to paint up. We have a fire belly that we need to paint up as well. And lastly, we have a stone horn that we got to paint up for this army as well. And then once all 3 of those units are done, this army will be fully completed at 3,000 points. So yeah, we'll keep you guys updated on the progress on that. So that's going to do it for this one, you guys. As always, please feel free to like, comment, and or subscribe. Your guys' input is invaluable to us as always. Also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, as well as blogger.com for all this greatest news about the hobby aspect of this channel. That's going to do it for this one, you guys. You guys stay classy. Peace out, you guys.